There's an interview here of Donald Trump and one journalist of NBC, Christine Welker. I believe I've got the name right. And I promise you, it's not one of the interesting discussions you will ever view. Donald Trump is known of embarrassing journalists, most of the time even humiliating them. But this discussion is going to be one of the worst because he is currently the United States president and he doesn't want to be told facts. One of the things which Donald Trump sometimes likes to enjoy is calling every press crooked, dishonest, and even not worth watching. And that's true. Most mainstream media are not interesting to watch. But when he is faced with facts, then he is one of those individuals who tends to align with propaganda. Have a look on this discussion and then we are going to continue.
Right. Let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know. I
I've sat in the
traveled
rain
all the
with
way
you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be
we
great
traveled
with a
all,
dishonest
listen,
press.
we
Come on, let's
traveled
go.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
From this experience, you can generally say that being a journalist is one of the hardest tasks or work which you can go ahead and do. If you find the likes of Donald Trump consistently over a long period of time, I promise you, you may go insane. And what was the argument? So Donald Trump was arguing that the elections in California are being stolen. And at the same time, you need to realize that there is a war which is going on in not in Ukraine, but against Iran. So Donald Trump is having a difficult time to sell this war to American people. And most of the news media outlets, generally they are now tending to be on the fact side. They are telling some of the truth when it comes that Donald Trump is losing the Iran war. And that's what Donald Trump is not excited about the mainstream media. And also you need to recognize even his MAGA base, which at least would have assisted him to sell this war, is not interested in that fact. Some of the most influential individuals he had in the MAGA movement, the likes of Tucker Carlson, we have Meghan Kelly, we have Sean Ryan, all those individuals, Candice Owen, all those individuals have moved away from the MAGA movement. Now the individuals who are left to sell the war are likes of Penny Shapiro, whose followers or whose views are actually decreasing every moment. So Donald Trump is frustrated by the mainstream media, and also he is frustrated because he's not winning in the battlefield, and so the economy back at home is actually worsening. And at the same time, it was in Wisconsin, something like that. So some of the things which or what made him to be there, he was going to convince farmers that things are okay. But from what I've seen, farmers in the United States are frustrated, more especially when Donald Trump went ahead and started the tariff war. Now, farmers have no places to sell their products. Now he has gone further and he has started what? Another war, which is bid against Iran. The Strait of Hormuz is closed, the fuel prices is going through the roof, and farmers can't access the necessary materials which they can use to plant. So bankruptcy among farmers is increasing. And when you ask most farmers, is this what they voted for? I promise you, a larger percentage is not interested even in Donald Trump at the moment. So Donald Trump is frustrated. He is not in a position to control the narrative. At the same time, in the battlefield, things are worsening, and also the people in the United States, their economic livelihood, instead of getting better, it is getting worse. Fuel prices are increasing, food prices are increasing. His, his political numbers, approval ratings are also going down drastically. So Donald Trump, he faces this monster of losing the September elections, which are going to be done in, I believe it's November, not September, November elections. These are some of the things which is actually facing. And there's another issue which came out up in this interview. That is, there's 1.8 billion, almost 1.8 billion US dollars, which is supposed to which he sued the IRS of the United States, which I believe it deals with the taxes. So he sued this organization and he was awarded 1.8 billion. And I saw he sued that for around 10 billion Kenyan shillings, not Kenyan shillings, but 10 billion US dollars. But he was awarded around 1.776 billion US dollars. So this amount he said he was going to pay those individuals who were found guilty or who were arrested and prosecuted and they were found guilty due to the January 6th event which happened in 2021. Most of these individuals caused havoc, and between the Republicans and the Senate, they somehow came to agreement that these individuals, most of them, were in the wrong side of the road. So Donald Trump went ahead and pardoned these individuals. There were more than 1,500 individuals, and Donald Trump wanted to use this 1.8 billion US dollars to award this individual. Now, Donald Trump has kind of found another obstacle. The Attorney General, I believe it is the Attorney General, has gone ahead and blocked that process, or is in a process of getting himself away from that process. And also, the government officials, I believe it is the Senate, have also blocked the issue. So Donald Trump is frustrated by things not working well for him politically, and also in reality things are not going for him efficiently. Anyway, what are your thoughts about the behavior of Donald Trump just walking away because he was faced by facts? And some of the accusations which he came up with is that the elections in California are being rigged. When he is asked where is the evidence, you just need to see, you just need to look, and that's the evidence of Donald Trump. So it is the United States president, one of the most powerful presidents on this planet, which each and every time he goes ahead and says he has built a strong military, but he can't keep himself calm when he is faced with difficult or challenging issues. I would like your thoughts in the comment section. If you have found some value out of this, just go ahead, subscribe, like, share. Siku njema.